If you just open Logic Pro but have no idea how to actually start producing a song, this video is for you. I broke down Midnight Sun by Zara Larsson into 5 simple elements, and then I used them to build my own track from scratch in Logic Pro. Follow along and I'll show you how. I'm going to show you a simple way to build a full track from scratch using only 5 elements. Hi, my name is Sophie. I'm a producer, songwriter, singer, and on this channel, I share my knowledge in music production and songwriting. So the easiest way to do this is to use a reference track. So choose a song or production that you like, and we're going to take this track and break it down into simple parts and then rebuild our own versions step by step in Logic. Okay, so now we have our reference track and we're gonna find the BPM of that track. So either you listen and you try to match the click in Logic. I mean, it doesn't have to be the exact BPM, just something similar. Or you can tap the tempo in Logic by going to Logic Pro, key commands, edit assignments, and then you're gonna write tap tempo up here. And then you select this one and then you choose a key. I chose this one and then you click learn by key label. And then when you start to tap that key, Logic will change the tempo after your tapping, so you know roughly where you are. Okay, now we have the right tempo. Now instead of overthinking, we're gonna listen to the reference track and listen for these 5 elements. So in a balanced production, we usually have the drums. This is the rhythm, the groove, the pulse, the heartbeat of the song, the bass, the low end frequencies, and the weight of the song. And then we have our mids, which is like any chord instrument. So guitar, piano, pad, anything from like low mids to high mids. And then we have the lead, which would be the core melody, usually the vocals in pop music or like a lead melody in an instrumental track. And then we have FX or fills, which is transitions, FX, details, little sprinkles and sparkles in between the glue. Okay, so these 5 elements doesn't necessarily have to be those exact instruments. I like to think of the elements as functions in a song. So what functions as the rhythm, the pulse, the heartbeat of the song doesn't have to be a drum kit. I mean, there are plenty of productions out there that doesn't even have drums, but they maybe have something else that has that function in the song. So just keep that in mind when you're producing or when you're listening to your reference track. If the track doesn't have like a specific instrument, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. Maybe it has something else doing that function. What matters is how these different instruments and parts and functions work together, so they're not like fighting against each other for space, but actually leaving each other space. Okay, so my reference track is Midnight Sun by Zara Larsson, and it starts with a plucky arpeggio. So I'm gonna do that too, maybe with some other chords, but the same function. Let's start building our track. And you can follow along with this song or with another track. So this song starts with an arpeggio, and then we have a few things coming in at the same time. So we have bass, drums, and vocals. So I'm gonna listen to each of those and try to mimic kind of what they're playing. I think I found something that is kind of a bell arpeggio thing. I'm not going to be too picky about what kinds of sounds I use. The goal is not to sound like this one. I just want to mimic the arrangement. Okay, let me just build this little drum pattern here. I'll go into the loops and I search for a kick. I'm basically just gonna take the first one. It is a pattern already, but I'm gonna break that up and create my own pattern. Okay, so the kick goes boom, boom. So that's what we're gonna do. Don't really like this kick, but we're gonna go with it anyways. And then we have some kind of drum and bass situation. I'm absolutely not gonna try and make that exact hi-hat pattern. I think I might even find some kind of drum and bass loop just to keep it simple. I couldn't find one in Logic, so I cheated and went to Splice. So I find a loop I like, drag it into Logic, and then I hold down Option and drag it in the right lower corner so that it stretches out to the right tempo. There's a lot of cool things going on there, but I'm gonna keep it simple. Okay, so now I'm gonna listen for the bass. It's kind of a very low 808s here. There we go. Let's go with this one. We don't have time to overthink. So it comes in. Boom, wow, kind of. There's a little counter melody thing going on here, so I put that one in as well. Cutting off some lows and highs here and also adding some reverb. So the point here is not to like make that song exactly as it is again. It's to get an idea of how a professional song uses these elements to like make a balanced production so that you can learn to make your own productions. All right, so in the pre-chorus, we have a little pad coming in. I listen to in what octave we have that pad and try to mimic that because we already have this high arpeggio thing. So I think we're going to go a little bit lower and let's add that in. Okay, and we have the pad. Okay, so in the like first chorus thing, it breaks down to a chord, pad, and bass, I think. So we're gonna do that. And here's something to think about as well. So in your reference track, do they change the chords between different parts? You don't have to do that, but if you want to switch it up, you can. It's very common. It's also very common to just have the same 4 chords the whole song, whatever you feel like. So here I'm building the breakdown chorus that's gonna build into the drop. I bounce the MIDI chords in place to have more control and to be able to cut the silence in between the chords. Don't forget to fade here. And then I kind of do the same thing with the bass. I duplicate that for double length. And then I do this typical clap/snare build-up thing that's in like every house song. Okay, fast forward to the chorus/drop. There's some new patterns in some of the instruments and I stole that too. So here's the kick. Same drum and bass loop. I would change it up if I were to release it. Then we have an impact effect for oomph. The bass has a new pattern which basically follows the kick. And then we have the same plucky arpeggio. And here we have a second synth melody. I kind of did the same thing as in Midnight Sun, but not the exact melody. The same pad. I didn't write a whole top line, but I used some of my own vocal samples to get some vocals in there. And if you want them, get on my email list. Never ever wanna lose my heartbeat. Never ever let it fall. I made some ambient effects from them as well. And also this vocal chop thing. So now we have like the foundation of the beats and the track. Now you can add your own top line to that. And here, if you don't know what to do, listen to the reference track and see, do they start on the beat, before the beat, after the beat? Where in like the range are we sitting? Do they have like a lot of words, super fast, super staccato, or is it more smooth and long notes? You can absolutely use that when you're making your own top line. These are just different ways how to make a song. You don't even have to do a whole song. You can do a verse and a chorus, for example, and listen to the shifts between those two parts, like the intro and then the verse and then the chorus. Listen if there's elements coming in or if elements drop out, and mimic that, and you will start to learn how to build your own productions. There's no right or wrong like order on how to build a production. Start with the most natural thing for you and then build upon that. If you add too much before you make the actual, melody, maybe you will struggle to find space for the top line. So I would rather keep it simple and keep it minimalistic. Write the top line and then add things that support that top line. That's my way of doing it anyways. The last thing I would add are the effects and the fills to like sprinkle and sparkle things on top and make things more to stand out more and to make more difference between, for example, the verse and the chorus. You absolutely don't have to copy the reference track. Just take ideas like rhythm, a sound, or a feeling and simplify it and build from there. And that's how you start to learn how to build your own productions. Okay, so let's listen to what I ended up with. Alright, so if you're just starting out, focus on these 5 elements and practice this workflow, and I promise that producing music will be less overwhelming. And if you want more Logic Pro tutorials or just any music production, songwriting tutorials and tips on workflows, let me know in the comments. If you learned something from this video, please leave a thumbs up, and if you want more stuff like this, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.